Okay, good morning class. For the second time today. But the first was, we marked the homework. That was in our, was it test period or register, yeah. Extended registration period. So at this point we're looking at exponents. I gave you a couple of sums to do, in which you completed these 4 sums. Okay, so the first one, the first answer is 2xy. Who got 2xy? Nice. Okay, Ilam, what is going on? Oh, your hands up. If you put your hand behind Grace, I won't be able to see. Nice. Alright. Let's look at E. What is your name? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I thought it was good. Right, next. 1. You all agree with that? Let's look at C. 3 going to 3 once, 3 going to 15, 5 times. So the answer is 5a. The next one. 2 goes into 4 twice, and you have 5 times. So it's 5 over 2. Then a square is cancelled. Who got 5 over 2? But now can Mika get it right if she didn't say you were wrong? You say she's wrong. Yes, what is your answer?
I just looked at
Yes? 40. But you listen, you simplify. Yeah, you multiply. You're supposed to be using the division rules of fractions. Okay, yes, not Grace? Lucy? Over it, I'm listening.
I just learned it today because I didn't.
So you wrote the whole sum over again?
Yeah, I just read it.
Good. Okay, but you understand? Right, people listen, this is the next one. Here's the next few. Yes? Which one? This one here. Remember you got 10a squared over 4a squared. Now if you add 10 over 4, just like that, as we normally would have, then you would have seen 2 goes into 4 twice, 2 goes into 10 5 times, so it would be 5 over 2. You understand? You understand? So if that is part of a fraction, same rule applies. 2 goes into here 5 times, 2 goes into here twice. Not so. Now a squared over a squared. What is a squared over a squared? Cancel, leaves you with 1. Not so. Likewise here, let's just cancel. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2. So it's just going to be 5. Okay. Okay, there's the next few sums I want you guys to do quickly. Yes? 8? M to the exponent 8, yes. Yes, negative 8mn to the exponent 8. No problem. Yes? What you confused about? Oh yes, you guys didn't do negatives yet, no? Okay, it's fine. So we will change this to a positive. Okay. So for now, so what I want to do is for M it's going to be positive there. Positive, positive, don't worry about the negative. Okay. And we're only going to do I, M, Q, U. Okay? So let me just change it here for you quickly. Yes? So let's make this positive for now. Because the sum itself, the textbook that this is coming from, they did at this point integers already, but we haven't done integers. No? So later on when we do integers, you'll see how we can fix that. But for now, who is that? Who did that now? Who did that? Why do you do that? I just hope it's a mistake. Okay. Yes?
You buy the first one that
The first one, yes?
I was supposed to divide the numerator 6 by the exponent.
The numerator 6. I don't know what you're talking about. I, yes?
Must divide the 6 by the exponent.
The 6, yeah, or that 6.
The 6 the exponent.
The coefficient of the exponent.
The exponent.
Did we ever divide the exponent? No.
So the exponent is the number.
Or the coefficient? Yes, you must always simplify.
So it's divided by the exponent.
You see, going back, what does the rule say? Let's go back to the rule. When dividing, bases are the same. Subtract the exponents. So if we look, the same thing is being applied here. So looking at 6 over 12, what happens here? 6 goes into 6, 1, 6 goes into 12. What? So it's 1 over 2. Okay. Are these bases the same?
Yes.
So what must we do to the exponents? We must minus. So that would be y to the exponent 2. It's little like that, or y squared over 2, or a half y squared. All of those are correct. Okay. Try the next one. Don't do Q. Or do Q. Let's see. Don't do Y, no? Should I pause the video? Okay, so let's work through this together. I see most of you are having problems. Okay, so what's the first answer? The next one. Okay, who's next in line actually? Let's do that. Yes. Sorry? Okay, I think you want to start again in... No, okay. Layla, sister? You can get another chance. Right. Go for it, Michael.
M.
M yes.
4mm to the power of 5.
Who got that right? But now, okay, you all got it right. Okay, next. Who's next in line? Alright, we start at the back. Alright, start in front row. Okay, what is your answer?
I think it's wrong, sir.
But try, it's fine.
1/6.
Nice, yes, 1/6. P to the power 4. Remember that there's a P and there's a P. So it will be P 14 minus 8. 6. Not so. Q to the power?
Q to the power 2.
2. Because that's the 1 on the R, on the Q. Is there any R's on top?
No.
So it stays at the bottom. Who got an answer like that? Is it written like that? Or P6Q squared over 6R. But because he's a variable denominator here, the denominator, I can't write it next to it. Okay, it's going to be better like that. What will the next one be? U. Yes. Yes. 1. You only, who got 1? 1 is correct. How do you get 1? Not the O, it's an X. So we add this first. So what do we get? So we can add the numerators. So that's going to give us 10 x cubed over 5x times 2x squared. 10x cubed. Okay. I think we went into something too complex at one time. Okay. So what we're going to do is, from the handout I gave you guys, let's go to that rather. Let's come to something more simpler. We did exercise 1 for homework yesterday, not so? You're going to now move to exercise 2. You do for me the odd numbers only. I'm going to call you row by row. I want to check what you guys have written down, okay? Is that okay? Right, so do that for me. Exercise 2. On page 30, or what page is that in the handout? Page 4. Now you see now why they have this photo here. That is how you people feel. No? But don't worry, listen. At the end of this, after I've seen what you guys have written and explained where you went wrong, you should be able to understand what's happening, okay? So, but you must try it so that when I call you up, you have done it already, okay? You only do the odd numbers. I'm not going to mark the even numbers, okay? I'm going to pause the video at this point. Right, so at this point we have checked most of your books and marked, or not, checked all of your books. People, when I write to the side, it's because of the space. It's because of the space. If I say odd numbers, it's a reason why I say odd numbers. So that we can get through the exercise. You can do all the types. So for homework, you got the equivalent. That's the idea. Don't keep yourself smart and write to the side and do all the numbers. Please. Please. Okay? I ask you nicely. Okay? Stop doing your own thing. Grace, turn around. Baby, blessing. I will try and remember. Where's your name badge? Not to say I can see from here, but... Right, listen. I don't want to... Here we go, listen. Let's do this. Let's do what's good for us. Okay. People, this exercise 2 on page 30. When we're dividing and bases are the same, subtract each one. So, is the basis the same here? I am writing to the side because of space. You don't write to the side, okay? This is going to be y6 minus 2, which is y. Or you can just write y. The next one is the one on the x. So it's going to be x, 5 minus 1, which is 4. Y. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you can write x4, y1, or x4, y. The next one. 3 goes into 3 ones. 3 goes into 12. 4 times. A. 3 minus 2 is? Oh. You don't have to write the one. Number 7. What is wrong, Michael? Why are you going here? What's wrong? Listen, I'm going to tell you now something. You people are spoiling the sound on this video. So when you go on like that and laugh for nonsense and all of that, you're spoiling it, man. Okay? So if you got it wrong, make a note. If you want to ask, you ask. But that childish mentality must come to an end, please, man. Right, number 7. So C6, there's no C at the bottom. So it remains C6. D, 3 minus 1 is 2. 9, as you can see, they're exactly the same, so that cancels, leaves you with 1. Number 11. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So it's 5 over 6. 3 minus 2 is 1, so it's x1. You see the y's are the same, so they cancel. So it's 5x over 6 or 5 over 6x. Alright, you guys understand? Now for homework, I want you guys to do the even numbers. Okay? I just spoke to you now about it. Right, so now we're looking at raising a power to a higher power. Raising a power to a higher power. That's your next subheading. Raising a power to a higher power. So here we got a squared raised to the exponent 3. So who can tell me what does that mean? What does a squared raised to the exponent 3? What does it mean? A squared times a squared times a squared. Not so. You all agree with that? Right, so this would simply be a squared times a squared times a squared. Again, people, if you rather write it. Jesus. So it will be a squared times a squared. This is what I expect you to write. You see, it's one below the other. No? So what is a squared times a squared times a squared? A to the exponent? 8. How do you get 8? Which rule of exponents are you using? First rule, no? I got the first rule of exponents. What does it say? Base are the same, you multiply. What must you do? What must you do? Add it. Now why are you multiplying? So what is the exponent going to be? 8 to the 6. Okay, we all got that. And you understand now, Michael? Blessing. Nice. So now try the next one. I'm gonna try as much as possible to write it one below the other, okay? So that you guys can do what you see. Not do what I say, do what you see. No? Try the next one. Alright, so what will this one be? X to the power 3, yes? Times x to the exponent 3 times exponent 3 times x to the exponent. If you're multiplying and bases are the same, what do you do with the exponent? You add it. So this will be x. Not so? Now, if we add x to the 3 raised to the exponent 100. Are we going to write that 100 times out? No. But what you should note at this point is that we can say, if you got a squared raised to the exponent 3, if you have a base where power, which is x squared, raised to a higher exponent or higher power, you multiply the power. So this could have been a 2 multiplied by 3. What's 2 multiplied by 3? 6. You see the same thing. Let's look at the next one. It's x cubed raised to the exponent 4. So we say that's going to be x 3 times 4. What is 3 times 4? Can you see that, people? So coming back to the one I asked you earlier on, it's going to be x cubed raised to the exponent 100. You can say x 3 times, which is x. Okay, you guys understand? What if we add x to the exponent m, or n raised to the exponent m? Mn, okay. What if it was like that? It will simply be x m times n, which is simply x mn or nm. Okay? And this is your third law of exponents. Okay? We are told, if you have x to the power m raised to the power n, it's equal to x to the m times n, which is equal to x mn. In words, when raising a power, which is xm, to a higher power, which is the n, multiply the indices or multiply the exponents. So let's look at a couple examples dealing with this here. So this is the rule again. The rule says when raising a power to a higher power, we multiply the exponents, okay, or indices. These are examples on page 31. Okay. So do the first one quickly. We have in number 1 you got a cube raised to the power of 5. Do that one quickly. So what would the answer be here? 8 to the power of 15 is absolutely correct. Nice. Do the next one. The next one would be? Yes, absolutely correct. So it's 8 3 times 3, which is 8 to the 9. Do we have to write that middle step? No, we don't have to. Try the next one. Remember, there's a note given here. Remember, the coefficient, which is 2, must also be raised to the power 3. Okay? So if 2 stands on its own, what's the exponent on 2? 1. So if 2 to the 1 is raised to the power 3, that would simply be 2, 1 times 3, which is 2 cubed. Does it make sense? Now, let me do this one before we get confused. So everybody look here. Everybody, no? Go through. So we said there is no exponent, there's a 1 there. No? So that will be 2. What's 1 times 3? 3. 8. 3 times 3? 9. B. 4 times 3? Can you see that, people? And what is 2 cubed? 2 times 2 raised to the power 3. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So it's 8a, 9b2. You guys understand? Let's do it again. Yes? Remember, there's a 1 on that 2. The exponent on that 2 is 1. So it's 2. Every exponent must be multiplied by the higher exponent. So 1 times 3 is 3. 8. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 cubed is 3 times 3, which is 2 times 2. So 2 cubed is 2 times 2, which is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So it's 8a, 9b2. Okay, you guys got it? Do the next two. Okay, guys ready? So let's look at the first one. So what would this one be? 4a to the power 4. Who got 4a? 4. Nice, that's how you get it. So it's going to be 2. 1 times 2 is 2. A 2 times 2 is 4. What's 2 squared? 4a. Which is absolutely good. What's the next answer? 9a squared b4. Who got that? 9a squared b4. Nice. There's a 1 and a 1 under a. Can you see that? There's no exponent. We've got 3ab squared. If there's no exponent under 3, there's a 1. No exponent under a, there's a 1. So that would be 3. 1 times 2 is 2. A. 2 times 4 is 2 times 2 is 1 times 2 is 2b.
Good afternoon, may I have your attention please?
3 squared is 9.
I have a
A squared.
black jacket, 2 bags in lost property. Please come and check if any of these items belong to you. A reminder to all learners, the main kitchen in the reception area is off limits. No one is allowed to enter, so please refrain from entering the kitchen in the reception area. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to go through it quickly. Your homework is going to be exercise 3. If you look at exercise 3 has 3 parts. I only want you to do number 1. Can you see this part here? There's 10 sums, number 1.1 to 1.10. That's all I want you to do, okay? I don't want you to do the whole exercise, please, okay? Okay, you guys understand? So let's go through this quickly. Please break now, so let's give you a minute. Okay, so the next one is a 1D, not so. So that will be 2. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Y 4 times 5 is 20. What is 5 to the 2 to the exponent 5? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is not 10, but 32. X 10, Y 20. The next one. This would be A. 3 times 3 is 6. B. 6 times 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. I get 9. Oh, 3 times 3, absolutely. My mistake, should be 9. The next one, we must apply the brackets first. Not so. So it's going to be a squared times 2 times 3, 6. So a squared times a6. A to the exponent. Oh, there I cut the answers also, sorry. Let's take this out. So, the brackets first. So it's 2a cubed times 3 squared. What is 3 squared? A4. 3 squared is 9a4. 2 times 9 is 18. A cubed times a4, a7. And the last one, brackets first, says 2 into 2. 1 times 2 is 2. A3 times 2 is 6. 2 squared is 4a6. 2 times 4 is 8a6. Okay. Very important to note that 2a cubed is outside the bracket, which have to be raised to the power. So that 2 on the bracket only applies to the bracket and not for the 2a cubed outside the bracket. Well, why do you do that? Just close the door. Right, you guys understand? People enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class. Or afternoon. Hey. Just a second.
Thanks for